Dun, 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 dun.
Well, this sounds interesting for a project. Very different. But I do love documentaries, and I love originality, so this should be very interesting. This is called Loving Vincent, The Impossible Dream. I wonder if it's about, because when I looked at the thumbnail, I'm like, I get a serious Vincent Van Gogh vibe. But anyways, I think it's just the styling. But yeah, it says a documentary. It's a TV movie that apparently already came out. I'm a little behind on covering the trailer. But again, sounds really curious. So this is the premise for the documentary according to IMDb. It's a 60-minute documentary detailing the journey it took two passionate filmmakers to achieve their impossible dream, creating the world's first fully painted feature film. That's interesting. We've seen, art or film be expressed through many different mediums, whether it be live action or through animation, sometimes through claymation and different types of styles like that. This is very interesting. So let's see if their vision, it seems their vision must have been a success. We shall, or at least it's implied. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. As always, we're going to watch this first, and we shall talk about it more in my condensed review segment, following us watching the video together. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna paint a film about Vincent van Gogh.
So I was
a
right.
7-minute short film that I would paint entirely by myself, told by Vincent's paintings and the characters of his portraits.
Once we saw the material, we realized we actually were doing something special. Someone put it onto their Facebook page, and it went viral.
I'm surprised I never saw it.
We have to take the leap and make this as a feature film.
I love his shirt, by the way, Loving Vincent.
I thought it was a crazy idea.
It's
it
impressive.
would take an entire lifetime to paint.
We were all going to be turned into sort of Van Gogh style paintings. The concept was something that hadn't been done before.
We were doing something new. We couldn't read any how-to manuals.
I didn't know how to start. I felt lost.
The pressure just went up every week.
The deadline was so close.
There certainly weren't enough painting animators in the whole world, so we had to create a workforce from scratch.
We had 3 different studios in 2 countries.
Wow. So
It
65,000?
has taken us at least 2 hours to paint a single frame.
The
Oh my
painters had to
gosh.
stop motion animate each individual brush stroke.
It's trying something incredibly new and exciting.
This is why I love. Wow, it won so many awards. I can definitely see why. This is why I love originality. This is incredible. How cool. Theaters beginning in March. Oh, in theaters. Ooh, nice. So, wow. Wouldn't Vincent van Gogh be just really proud of his legacy? As far as, now, I'm not as familiar, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and I saw, well, especially from its earlier days in this 2005 post-release. The later seasons, really not so much. But anyways, not as much. Some episodes were higher or better than others, but I'm a huge fan of the Matt Smith episodes and the David Tennant one, the Christopher Eccleston, bit mixed on Peter Capaldi. But one of the Matt Smith episodes I absolutely loved was the Vincent van Gogh episode. Now that's as much insight I have into Vincent van Gogh. I'm assuming that most of the details they have, other than the whole science fiction aspect of, oh, there's aliens coming in a Corpheus, the big chicken thing. I assume that's a bit fictitious. They're adding a little bit in, but I would assume most of the other details they had in the film. In fact, not the film, the television show. Let me look it up really fast, just to make sure I'm completely informed. But as I was saying, I would assume that most of the other details they would have about Vincent van Gogh and who he is and his life, those would be kept accurate. Let me make sure really fast. Oh, he did commit suicide. That's really sad. That's really sad. That was definitely kind of a tearjerker when you get to the end of the episode, where it's like, I was completely unfamiliar with Vincent van Gogh's story. I'd seen a bunch of his paintings, but for the first time viewing, I'd never heard about it. I still was kind of surprised by that, and I assumed it was true, and it is, very sadly. That's really unfortunate. But his story with the Doctor Who episode, as I learned it, it was really hard to watch. But then you got to the end of the episode where Amy takes him in the TARDIS to see his paintings down the line, but then you find out that's actually what happened. But then he left the painting at the end. I know, again, that's fictitious, but that ending was like, it was really interesting to see, because I'm thinking, You know, if he were still alive today, which he'd be really old if he were, but what would he think? You know, how would he reflect on his life, seeing everything, you know, going on around him with his paintings? I mean, he left a huge legacy, and some of his art is truly beautiful. I mean, you can just look at any project of him, but I think his most popular one is obviously The Starry Night. That one's so pretty. But this is amazing, and I'm very happy that more projects are taking a look at his life and a lot of his artwork, because, you know, as much as at least the Doctor Who episode presented, because again, that's what I'm going on, other than the one detail I looked up, I won't spend the rest of the video looking at research. Maybe there's never, I don't ever be able to, maybe someone will do a follow-up project. So maybe whenever I do a project, maybe featuring more about Vincent van Gogh again, I'll be better up to speed of which details were accurate and which were not for the episode, even though I would assume most were. But I think, at least as far as the episode painted it, they painted him as a really sad artist who really didn't. I'm trying to remember this because it was a little while ago since I saw it, but it really, that ending did make a huge impression on me. But someone I think who dealt with a lot in his life, and it was like a lot of pain and turmoil and emotions. That'd be really hard, you know, and kind of wonder about, you know, what is my legacy? And so in this case, you know, he left us with so much fascinating art and a great style. I mean, his paintings are just truly captivating. I just love staring at them. And isn't that just impressive for these directors to be making a project based on his life? I love that guy's shirt, by the way. Loving Vincent. Wow, wouldn't he be flattered? That's really neat. Discover the journey. I absolutely want to. Very original style. I love it though. I love like moving paintings. That's really cool. I'm a huge art guy, so I'm like, well, I used to paint a lot for like my classes and stuff like that, but I just kind of fell out by the wayside a little bit when, you know, my schedule just got really cramped and life got the better of me. But I used to love painting. I used to love drawing. I used to love doing all this stuff. I've always been a very artistic guy, and namely, it's been floating more so into what experimental. Not lately with, but experience for my entire life, but doing more lately with dance and stuff like that. That's obviously something that, another artistic style that I've really taken as a front seat, kind of took painting and drawing in the back seat, but I still, one of these days, want to do it again. But I absolutely did enjoy it when I was doing it. It's a very stress-relieving activity, and it's so much fun. You really get to create your own little pictures of reality through just the tip of a paintbrush and paint. That's just amazing what people can do. I mean, this project sounds just incredible. 65,000 paintings. 65,000! That's nuts! But it's nuts in a good way, though. I'd say that respectfully. This project looks phenomenal. I really want to see it. Loving Vincent, The Impossible Dream. Count me in. That looks amazing.